So with that house cleaning, get this link out. Get this link out. The men and women of God have to know what it is about being a husband. We're about to share this abroad. We're about to show people what this means. No problem, hon. What this means to be a husband, what women, what we should look for. Okay, I wish this was simplified when I was looking for a husband. And baby, I can say I was looking for husbands since age 3. I am 40 years old. At 3 years old, I was like, I know I'm somebody's wife. Okay. So, Mickey, we gonna start with you. Mickey Mouse, you my husband. When I was 14, before Apostle J came back into my life, I was like, I just know God is sending me a Jet Jackson. If you know Jet Jackson, put a 1 in the comment section. If you know, you know. The hugest crush on Jet Jackson. Okay, I was rushing home in high school to get in front of that TV to turn on Disney.
Backstreet Boys.
No,
Not Maroon 5.
where are you coming from? I listened to them, but I wasn't like, "Ooh, that's my husband." No,
Not
Jet
Nokio.
Jackson. Nokia had a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I was.
Little Wayne too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Lord, save Little Wayne. Do it for your glory. But I honestly still pray for that man. But I was rushing home, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the famous Jet Jackson. I was like, I gotta see my man. And unfortunately he died, and I think that was 2014, practicing another religion rooted in root work, y'all. I was like, oh devil, you a lie. Yeah, he was in Yoruba. Yeah, committed that work. And so that's a PSA, y'all, that we have to get the word of Jesus Christ abroad, and to men. And to men inside of entertainment. I don't care how much money they make, they are still unhappy. They still want life. And the only life for any man is a life in Christ, and for them to patamine Christ. Okay. And so I actually mourned that. I was like, man, miss you too. I was like, man, this is sad. Like, there's no patamining Christ in here. There's no no way for us to truly have a center of belief. No, we do. Christ left us everything that we need pertaining to life and godliness, even up into how to be a parent. That's in the 66 books. It's how to discipline your child. That's in the 66 books. It's how to be a husband, how to be a wife, how to be a son, how to be a daughter. All of that is in the word. How to be a worker, how to be a boss. Everything that you need is in that book. All you got to do is read it. God left us a manual, 66 books worth. And even the New Testament said in the book of John, St. John, it said, if all of Jesus' works were written inside of the book, recorded and kept, the Bible would be too heavy for us to carry. So it gave us a synopsis
Wow.
on what we can deal with and what we cannot deal with.
Wow.
So we have a full-blown manual, you guys. We don't have any reason to be living life raggedy, to be depressed, to not know how to be a husband, not know how to be a wife. You are in preparation. If you are unmarried right now, you are in preparation. Put that in the comment section. I'm in preparation to be a husband. I'm in preparation to be a wife. If you are married, say it's game time.
I'm in the game.
It's game time. I'm in game time.
If you in prep, go ahead put in there. I'm in prep. But if you in the game, you in the game.
You in the game. It's you learning on the job.
And see, I love this because everyone that's in prep, now all the men know that you in prep. I gotcha.
We need more men up in here.
All the men know. All the women know.
We need more men up in here.
Well, we're about to get more men. We're about to get more men. The men are about to go get more men. The women are about to go get more men. You know, one of the things I do know is this, that a man will go to church if the women are cute enough, if the women are fire enough, if the women are cold enough. A man gonna find his way to church. I guarantee you this.
Well,
I know it don't sound great, but I guarantee you that men go to the club because the women are fire. I mean, or at least they heard that the women were fire. you know,
And look,
I,
I and it would not be remiss in saying I am a fine lady. You know what I'm saying?
I
Fine as wine. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that way.
Stood up after I got dressed, after I got done my makeup, after I pressed my hair. And I was like, first of all, I got clothes to give away. Okay. That's number one. So if you are a 2XL, put a one in the comment section, inbox me privately. I will send you some of this stuff I haven't even worn. I can't even, I can't even, they're too big. This right here is too big. And this is just a regular X. So I you know, I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here and I'm fine. Fine as wine. Face card never declines. And it doesn't matter how old.
Cha-ching.
Doesn't matter how old.
That's awesome.
Y'all saying y'all wear inbox
Yeah.
me, and I give me some of your address, and I'll just because I got stuff, man. I got stuff. My mother was like, put some stuff aside for me. All right, girl, I'm gonna sit and put some stuff because I'm out. I'm out. With the verdict is out on your girl, okay? I'm out here. I'm gonna be thick for the rest of my life, like how I was when we first got together. That's what.
You know
That's
what?
what.
I never really. I was like, I never really considered you thick because you weren't thick, in my opinion. You were actually simply curvy, but not thick, and there's a difference. And
What's the difference?
now all the women about to be like,
well, look, we try to I'm prepping y'all for the service now. I'm prepping y'all for the service now.
Listen, I'm gonna be as appropriate as possible in today's sermons. Uh, you you know what? And see that. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with what Prophet is saying. Skinny thick.
Yeah, I was.
You know, a good 130 pounds of madness, looking like a straight hourglass, just contagious madness. People walking around singing songs just because they look at you type stuff.
The crazy thing, I was out with my dad, okay, at the height of the madness. I was out before him and I got married. We were courting. I was out with my daddy, and
Hold on. Before we even go anywhere else, this woman of God said I had to Google Jet Jackson.
that's what time. When I graduated high school, her mother was pushing her out.
I know. It was so crazy. Look, the baby doll looks just like a baby doll for real. It's amazing.
I was like, get out of people so I can get out of here.
Okay. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it
Okay,
rolling.
so I was out with my dad. Okay, and these he was getting gas, and he was like, "You wanna get your stop get some food before I forgot what we had to do. We had different errands to make this particular day, and so I was like, yeah, I'm about to run inside the gas station to give me some food. Got out the car, put my feet on the ground, and started walking. Turned around, started walking. Oh, girl, hey. Kept walking. I was hoping that he would say, "Back up off my girl." He just got his stuff, pumped his gas, stood there, chink, 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 pumping his gas, got in the car. I was like, "Daddy, so
Why
you wasn't gonna
would he?
defend my honor. You wasn't gonna say that." He was like, "You have to learn how to deal with these situations, daughter." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, why would he do all that?
I mean, and it was everywhere I went. Everywhere I went when I was in my bag with it. Folk, oh,
Well, you hold on. Now.
my
I
mother
need
used
you
to
to calm down.
my mother used to be
You're
like,
still in your bag.
I am. That's what I said. It doesn't matter. But my mother was
I
like,
actually think you're prettier now.
more meat on my face.
Okay,
More meat on my
okay. Here we are. It's about to start.
more meat on my face. And so my mother had to say, she was like, well, you have to learn how to deal with men and women. This is for you. When you are intelligent, when you have Jesus Christ and he's shining through, when your body is right, and when your face is tight. You have to know how to deal with men. So we're not gonna judge who you attract. We judge who you give attention to.
Come on.
So if he ain't a husband and you tell my son, this my boo, his name is John, and we looking like, just know at that point we are looking at you, Pooh. We
Yeah,
looking at
we judging you.
We
We're
love
not
him
even judging John
because he's if he's
because
not a husband, what you doing? Wasting time.
you know, and you okay. You know, I like what you just said that at the very fact that you would bring someone to your spiritual parents or your parents in general is a culture that has been thrown away. But the reason why is because people are simply rebellious in nature. They don't really want rules, operations. They don't want to say, "Hey, Dad, look at my future husband. What do you think?" They don't want that because they don't want that. And unfortunately, everyone needs to know this. Back in the day, they used to have this thing called prearranged marriages.
Yep.
And 97 of those prearranged marriages stay together. 97%. Okay. 97%. So what does that mean? Your parents know something you don't know. Your parents can see further than you can see. Your parents actually have an honor that they're able to place on a marriage that keeps people together, right? And so many people try to get married and they just do it on their own. They don't even really even seek God about it. They don't seek the Father about it. They just do stuff. And now with what I'm trying to bring about is emergence of fathers. We need more fatherhood because fathers would be able to tell their daughters, "Hey, baby girl, he's really for the streets. Do you want to be street meat too?" And that conversation would end a whole lot of foolishness. A conversation from your father will even from father to son, it'll end a lot of foolishness. "Hey, son, you know she's not right. She's not tight. She's pretty loose. She's like this down there. You're not, it's not gonna work out. And you're gonna hate yourself for this." Like real fathers, and it's so funny because people are like, "Man, my father had a drink with me when I was younger. My father used to smoke with me when I was younger." Where are the fathers that actually give real information?
I'm glad I had one.
Come on, I had one too. And if I needed to go find my biological father, he was around the corner and he could do the same, right? After what I think me and my biological father actually started to create a relationship. Um, I was maybe 17, 18. When I realized, maybe 19, nope, 18. When I realized I was going to be with her, I brought her to my biological father so that he could meet her because I felt like it was just something ingrained inside of me. Maybe I've always been an honorable type of person, but I didn't feel like you should have a girl that you believe you're going to be with forever and not bring that person to your father for them to meet at least. They should not meet at the marriage date. They should not meet and say, "Hey, daughter, this is," no, that should not be the case. That's actually disrespectful. It's kind of like even when I was younger, right? When I was younger, what happened was we were looking at running away and getting married, right? Because
Mm.
we were very young and stupid. And so and you know, for me, I just wanted honestly, I wanted what I wanted, and I wanted us to get away from both of our families. Period. I wanted to end the whole because I knew it was madness. I knew both families would be madness. I knew what it was going to be like. Um, it didn't work out that way.
No.
My parents and her parents end up coming together, sitting us both down and trying to persuade us not to get married, saying that we were too young and too stupid and we don't have any education, we don't have any money, so we're going to fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I mean, I had already thought about that. I'm a thinker. So I'd already thought about that. And for me, it wasn't all that to begin with. I figure there are certain things that's more valuable than other things. Finding the right person is more valuable than money. For me, I knew I was going to be rich when I was younger. I knew it. It was just something that's always been inside of me. Like I always knew I was going to be rich. Put in the comment section if you always knew you were going to be rich. Put that in the comment section. What I'm going to tell you is this. Here's another key. Your spouse is a key to helping your riches expand and multiply. Whatever spouse you pick is going to blow up your money. And either they're going to blow your money or they're going to blow it up, right? And I've always known I was going to be rich. So in order for me to get married later on when I'm rich, I probably wouldn't trust a woman. Like I already had woman trust issues. Men on the line, if you've had woman trust issues, put a number 2 in the comment section. If you were like, man, I'm trusting women, tough work. Can't see why I should do that. Put a number 2 in the comment section. I had that already, and I did not know that I had that. That was the issue. That was the toxic trait. I did not know that I did not trust women. I did not know. Right now, as a young man, what's installed into a young man about not trusting a woman is when a woman is free as gat loose lightning, right? When a woman is a liar, right? When a woman doesn't how could I say it, take accountability or responsibility for faults. So when a woman does those 3 things, you typically don't trust them. So if you were raised by a woman like that, you probably wouldn't trust any women. You definitely won't trust your mom. Even though you love your mom, you won't trust her, right? And so, unfortunately, I loved my wife, but I didn't trust her. And so I got into a relationship in love with her, but couldn't trust her. Even though she was an honest woman, even though she was a good woman, she wasn't a big old whore out there swimming about with the sharks, wasn't all loose and lightning and having everyone have a turn and all that. She was not a whoremonger. She's a great woman, right? If you are a great woman, put inside the comment section great woman. And I think,
And and this is where fathers also come in with their daughters. My father told me men don't like hoes. He said it straight like that.
yeah,
He was like, chastity, virginity, and being married is going to be the most important thing you can do with your body to honor yourself in any man's eyes, honor God, and honor your husband.
come on.
And we're in a day and age where people think women that are still virgins or not as sexual as they should be, she don't know nothing. Don't marry her because you gotta teach her. Ain't nobody got time to be.
But
Well,
that's what you want.
but all men are I don't care if you slept with 100 women.
You gonna
You still
suck.
ain't good in bed, baby, because you gotta learn that woman's body.
And look, the women out here that think they gonna be able to do, come on, man. You gotta learn that guy.
We gonna stop that because Betty and Sue are 2 different people. And what worked for Betty ain't working for Sue. And matter of fact, husbands ain't supposed to be hoes anyway. You can't take him home and make that. Do you know what a husband means? If you know, before I say it, put a 1 in the comment section. And according to scripture, what does husband mean? If you don't know, I'm gonna say it. A husband is a housebound. He binds his house together. So if he's a whore, how can he bind his house together and he outside in the community?
And he's making ultimately multiple houses.
So chastity for men is just important as it is for women. Let's stop playing. Because we put it on just women for chastity and for purity and for virginity. But the truth is men need to be just as pure, just as chaste, just as untouched, not touching themselves either.
Come on. Come on.
Don't let any of these women tell you any different. I have my own birth son that's going to be 18. Look, tell him she ain't ready. She don't know nothing. You ain't really a teacher till you get married. Tell him you too good for it. Tell him you ain't nobody's hoe. Tell him you ain't my wife. Women that have sons, give your son language so that they know how to be chaste. Girl, I'll damage you with these goods. Move.
that's some tough work.
But I said that to him too. I will damage you with these goods. Move. And it doesn't mean like I'm gonna break your person. It means if we get together sexually and we're not married, I'm going to damage you and you're going to damage me. So it's just as equally as important. So let's not all put that all on just women. But women, you need to hear that from a father. You need to hear that from your mother, that chastity is important. If no one has told you, I'm telling you. As an apostolic mom, I'm telling you, do not exchange your God's truth, his purity, for Satan's lies just a moment in bed. Because that's all it is. And uncommitted sex is damaging to your soul, their soul, and it puts you in a position to get judged by God. Don't do it. So no, I wasn't outside like that. There aren't men that could run around and say, I've seen her body. No, I wasn't sending pictures. Because I'm still scared of stuff like that. Like having people breaking into iCloud and stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm married and grown. No.
Breaking into your MySpace.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Email, Hotmail. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I just don't. You use your eyes and take pictures like that. Chink, chink, chink. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, so as a man, choosing the right woman is important. That's one of the things that men they hardly ever hear. They hear about choosing as many women as possible and then figuring it out, which typically gets the man in trouble. And then the man stays doing that because they started out doing that. Men of God, teach your sons to figure out how to hunt properly. You don't go out hunting for pigs when you're looking for horses. Everyone put in there, say less. Say less. Say lie. Look,
right there.
Look, because you can't put makeup on a pig and still think you're gonna be respected. She's still a pig. If she looks like a pig, oinks like a pig, farts like a pig, eats trash like a pig, she's a pig. You need to be looking for something a little nicer than a pig, young man, young gentleman. I mean, at one point or at some point, a man has to tell you that's not the proper animal for your species. But see, in order to pick the proper animal, the proper person of weight, the proper glory bearer, you must understand you as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I know about men. Men will chase and do a lot of stupid stuff when they don't know who they are. When men don't know who they are, they will whore about. When men don't know who they are, they will whore with same-sex attraction men, and they will whore with opposite sex. And then they will make love to trees, and they will make love to animals, and they will make love to cars, and they will do random things with dolls that you would never think to do. When men don't know who they are, they will have a best friend that looks like this.
Oh, no. Bud.
And call her Stacy. Cindy. Sarah. Whatever one you pick. And so at the end of the day,
I'm trying to pull it in.
As a man, when you choose properly, you get the proper results. All the men put in the comment section, I'm choosing properly. Choose properly. Choose properly. What woman can manage finances? Choose properly. Because, sir, you might not be you might not get the right person if you don't understand what you're looking for. You can't find gold if you don't know what it looked like. You can't find platinum if you don't know what it looked like. You can't find jewels, rubies. You can't find the right stuff if you don't know what it looks like. If you're constantly looking for people that have treacherous traits, you're going to get treachery. You constantly looking for the girl that's the freak. You going to get that girl. And unfortunately, freakhood has no end. Freakiness has no end, sir. Freakiness has no boundary, sir. So as soon as you talk about something, I want to freak in the bed, and she's talking about she pulls out a dildo, now you're concerned about your backside. And there's plenty of women on here that will put it on for you.
Awesome.
Look. And see, some of you all don't understand that there's some men, women, and some men, women out here that will change your entire existence and have you go to the hospital holding your hind side. She will stroke you, bro. I'm just, all right, look.
I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it together because this is actually funny to me.
But it's real out here because when a man don't know who he is, he'll do anything to please himself. When a man doesn't know who he is, he'll do anything to please you as a woman. Let's deal with that really quickly. Well,
no, deal with it, because men be feeling like you have to lay down in order to keep a woman. Is she laying down to keep you?
I had plenty of women asking me to lay down with them because I was a virgin up until I was with her. Plenty.
Don't be sounding like that.
Don't be getting all jealous either. Don't
I ain't talking about that.
Don't be all jealous.
You said it until I was with her.
Till I was with her. What, you don't like that? I thought you would like that. But see, here's where it comes in when the men is being right and the women be like, whatever.
No, you're supposed to say until I was with my queen.
Until I was with my queen. And my queen did this. And my queen did that. And you were not able to understand what the queen could do.
But free.
If you have a real queen, she shatters your mind.
Something, Inspector. I can't remember the words to that song all of a sudden.
You have a true queen. She is a breaker. She has that breaking anointing. Okay. Okay, so but men do whatever it takes to gratify themselves, right? So from manufacturing affections for women. Let me say that. Manufacturing affections for women. Let's say that one more time. Manufacturing affections for women, because there are plenty of men that don't like you. All right? Let's just keep it very real. There are plenty of men that don't find you attractive, but they will manufacture affections so that they can conquer you. I know that sounds real tough. But see, if you weren't a man, you wouldn't know. But this is the reason why a spiritual father has to speak to the people inside of the congregation. A spiritual father has to tell you how this works. See, some of y'all ain't never known what the game is. That's the reason why y'all been out of the game, sitting on the bench. And so here we are. A man can manufacture technology. He can manufacture intellect. He can manufacture these things. This is what men do. You have to understand if it's uniquely him or if it's something he's manufacturing for you. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you don't want an Ahab, don't create one. Ooh. If you don't want a pissy do-rag, don't create one. If you don't want a little wildebeest, don't create one. Come on, ladies, men. See, when your father teaches you what it really is, then you can really live a real life. The issue with the church is they lie too much. We lie too much out here. It's all this lying, and then we don't have any good relationships. The church is being torn apart. Marriages broken. Every 2 days, there's someone getting a divorce. Someone put the percentage of the divorce rate in the church.
60%, man. That's crazy.
Which is ridiculous, which means that we've either come into a place where we don't respect one another or we don't respect God. We don't fear one another, or we don't fear God. And so as a young man, I don't know what's going on here. As a young man, all right. Am I being recorded? I hope so.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Great. As a young man, your job is not to manufacture and create for that woman. Stop lying to her. Either she is or she's not. Either she fine or she not. Not, I'm desperate and I need to get somebody. She just happened to have cute lips. That's it. Like she only got one thing that you like. She got one curve, and that's it. And you think you gonna live real hard and heavy off that one curve. Don't manufacture feelings. Don't get married tomorrow because you know what I'm saying, she got the front and the back, or she got the face, or her hair is perfect. What if she loses her hair, son? What if she can't move how you imagined her moving? What if she does not move like Mick Jagger? What if she don't move right? What if it don't move? What if she's extra lazy? Is that what you really want? Is that what you really want? I'm pretty certain that most men don't want lazy women, but I'm pretty certain that women don't want lazy men. But we got a lot of lazy men and women, like extra lazy all the time. We won't take the time to pick properly, to pick a man that makes sense, to pick a woman that makes sense. They a smoker and a drinker, and you trying to pick them. You're a fool. It's a foolish woman that picks a toxic man. It's foolishness. Talking about some, I'm gonna change him or he gonna change. No, these men don't change. They manufacture. So either he is what he is or he's not what he's not. You can see natural leadership on a man. Either he is a good leader or he's not. Either you respect him as a leader or you don't. If you don't respect his leadership, leave him alone and tell him, I just simply don't respect your leadership. You look great. I don't respect your leadership.
You fine, but I don't.
See, that's what I don't hear women talking about anymore. And guess what? Men would straighten out if all the women started saying, yeah, you know what? I don't respect your leadership. So we're not even going to have these type of talks. But see, you get that when you take the time to get to know people, when you take the time to deal with men with integrity. You can't deal with him just because he's a doctor. I know plenty of doctors that don't have integrity, that are not good leaders. They just went to school and they got C's. I know plenty of C caliber doctors, C caliber lawyers. So some of y'all like, oh, I want to get that man. No, he's a C type of guy. That means when you go home, your house is going to be dirty. Because he won't clean up first. And if he don't clean up, you think you cleaning up? No, you about to be like, this is cool. This is the standard. He put his socks down. We putting our socks down too. This is the standard.
Not Deborah.
And see, this is the issue in the body of Christ. The body of Christ doesn't talk about marriage enough. So all of our marriages are full of toxicity, full of dysfunction, full of brokenness. But if you start out right, you can be healed. If you start out healed from a whole lot of stuff, then you can go forward. That's the thing about marriage. Marriage only goes forward when both parties are ready to go forward. That's tough right there. I hope everyone catching that. You can't go forward financially if you got one spouse that hates finances and a spouse that knows finances. Why? Because you're going to be broken in finances. You can't go forward sexually if you got one spouse that's like, hey, I want to go forward sexually, and the other spouse is saying, no, I'm not ready for that. I don't like that. I don't like sex. But you told me you did. Nope, we just can't go forward. That's how that is. That's what that looks like. And it's unfortunate because men don't check these stats. We don't check the stats. We don't look at what it truly is, and we don't judge properly. We judge based on our lust and our ego. Men of God, it's time for you to learn how to judge righteously. Pick the right person. Be a man. Men pick righteously. And I'm telling you this, if more men start picking righteously, the women will straighten up. There's so many women out here talking about some. Well, what do I need to bring to the table? Yeah, that's actually that's a good idea. Instead of believing you are the table immediately, maybe you should have some humility. Men out here thinking they're the prize. You crazy. Maybe you should have some humility. You look, if she treated you like a prize and lifted you up onto a countertop, if she treated you like the prize and got on one knee, if she treated you like the prize, now look, I don't have anything against this really, but if she got you roses first, if she gets you roses first, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say this to all the men: if that woman gets you roses first, you're out in the relationship. Run away, walk away. Just tell her you're great. I just don't like your leadership.
But what? How?
If she gets you candy first, son, it's over.
But in this hour, it needs to be taught that men need to learn how to demonstrate leadership, because it doesn't matter if a woman makes more money than a man or not. Let me explain
come
this.
on, deal with this.
You still need to be the man of your house.
Be the leader.
She cannot be the solve all in the end of provision. You're gonna have to do something. Now I'll use our personal life. There are times he makes way hand over fist more, and then there are times I make way hand over fist more than him. But even inside of that, the end all be all is him. How it's happening now. I'm the one that sends the money because I know where all the accounts are. He would be lost without me. But
here we are, y'all. I wanted y'all to feel all that right there. No, I want it to sit in that.
But
he would be lost without me.
But it's under, we didn't have these conversations, what to pay and what not to pay.
Come on.
So I'm following through with authority at this point.
And our house is in order. But heifers that don't fall in order, either they got father issues, trust issues, or God issues. And they need to pick. Because if you got all three, you shouldn't be married. Yes, I said it. If you got a God issue, don't get married. Plus a father issue, come on, man. If you rebellious in nature, leave it alone. Men of God, if you refuse to set a standard, leave women alone. If you're not willing to fight for your standard, leave women alone. There's no reason, because she's going to fight you. She's going to ask questions. You're not getting the mail order bride that comes from some other land, that speaks some other language. We got to be real about this stuff. We got to be real about what the expectation is with marriage, what it should look like. Can your girl go through and be like, even though I really want to say this, I'm not? Are you the type of girl that can do that? Mm-hmm. Are you the type of man that you're not always looking to coddle? Because I'm gonna tell you this, men of God, if you coddle your woman all her life, you will create a little monster, and you will be codependent, and you will not be able to win in life. I'm telling you this right now. How do we all know? Because there's been plenty of simps, plenty of people that have done this. You broke your leadership to make her feel good. That's not manhood. And she will not respect you when you both fall. She will not. How many men you think I done talked to? Come on, men. How many men you think I done talked to? And they said, hey, man, I knew what the right thing was, but I just chose this because it would just make her feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then when it failed, they was like, well, I didn't tell you to do that.
What is all of that?
That's called the woman emotion of I'm right, you were wrong, even though it made me feel good. Like
That's all that is. Because I just
that's called the trap. And men get involved inside of the trap. Women don't understand that it is a trap. They don't see it until much later on. When they get mature, they stop using their emotions and like as a trap gate or as a trauma gate. They start using their emotions to build the man up when they're mature. But see, that's what you want to look for as a man. You don't want to look for a woman that uses your emotions against you or uses her emotions against you. You don't want that. You need a woman that's using her emotions for you.
looking like, what was all of that? Because for me, it's even an argument. I'm not doing all
It,
this
it,
moving. I just say what I say and we moving. I don't have, and I don't even have the emotional space to be holding on to like we did had to argue about something and then I'm stomping around 3 hours later. Absolutely not. I ain't got the space for it. I got the space to say what I got to say. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
that's maturity. But if you are not mature,
body stuff.
if you're not mature, this is what you do. And all that extra body movement is called intimidation.
That's what men see that is.
That's what that is.
That's interesting.
Because if you doing all that jerking, most of the time a man will punch you in the face. But because he can't punch you in the face, now he's underneath all of that.
Well, that's just straight disrespect then. I mean, now
You
that you're
got
saying it
it.
like
Now
that,
you got
when
it.
you're saying it like that, it just sounds like straight up disrespect.
And that's the reason why a lot of men are saying, for what? Why would I get married, take on all the responsibility, and be disrespected? Be disrespected because she wants to be emotional today. Shut up. Get out of my face. Because I don't get to be emotional every day either. And I don't get to share my mind every day either. And I don't get to implement everything I want either. Get out my face. All this childhood can't mature. You can't manufacture this into adulthood. But when there are no fathers saying stop being a child, when you're a child, then when you become an adult, you'll do this as an adult. You'll disrespect your husbands as an adult. Husbands, if you're coddling, then you're making yourself ready to be disrespected.
And let me
Now,
say this
there's
to
nothing wrong.
mothers, because moms that have sons, unmarried moms, and even married moms, because women just do it, period. A man will try to discipline your child, and you all up in arms. Let this man discipline that man because he has to become a man, and the world is going to discipline him through work, or the world is going to discipline him through the police. Young boys shouldn't be popping their heads around, rolling their eyes, huffing and puffing,
That's
rebelling. And
that's
if you don't get that under control, that means you have damaged your sons.
you've raised him in disrespect. He's sounding like a female.
There are times when I was like, "Ooh, Jesus," and I had to back up and say, "I don't have to live the life Josiah and Jay have to live, and and my father. I don't have to live that kind of life. So let me be quiet because I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening in the worldwide standpoint. So I'm gonna go drink me some water. I might chew on a mint and let it happen because
Because
it's separation.
if a wife protects her son, then she takes on the aspect of the husband. It's called perversion. I know these are very common sense, straightforward, hard hitting
And it's the same way when
principles
men protect their sons from the mother.
or protect their daughters from the mother.
Oh, don't do it. Too hard. You
No,
messing up.
no, because
You messing up.
her skirt is going to be through the roof. Her skirt is going to be up.
And when mother's discipline is usually unilateral. So fathers discipline vertical, just like the father God disciplines father to child, but mothers usually do this based upon what she sees across the board. So if you are standing in the way of her disciplining or fussing, because that's 9 times 10 what women are going to do, you messing up because you're protecting them from not the outcome of your child, but from your own trauma.
Woo!
And when you step in the way of that, that means you protected a child,
and you allowed the trauma disease
to root in your house. And you messed up.
You messed up, sir. Your job, if you see your wife saying something to a child, you're supposed to stand right next to her and look at that child like, what are you, stupid? You're supposed to look at that child with all the power on the inside of your stomach, gazing down into his soul, breaking him into pieces.
Because what? You married her. Is this an abusive person?
So, come on.
You got to acknowledge
deal with this.
Married.
And now, if you don't trust her and you believe she's abusive, then you messed up. And you probably need to have a conversation with you, her, and a counselor. That's you.
But then you have to acknowledge some of this stuff ain't your wife. Some of this stuff is your mama.
Come on. And some of this stuff is you rehashing, manufacturing the feelings that you had while you were a young man in the house. Come on, men of God. It's time for us to stop being tortured by our past. Women of God, it's time for us to stop being tortured by our history. It's a new day and a new season. Some of you all need to just begin to say it out loud. Old things have passed away, and behold, I am living a new day and a new season. Some of y'all need to begin to shout it out. I activate my new season. I activate my new season of discipline. Some of you all, you can't be a wife until you start doing wife things. And I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about wife things here. Husbands start here. This is where a husband is. The difference between a boy, a man, and a husband is here. A boy has the same genitalia as a man. A man has the same genitalia as a husband. We all got muscles. Now, as you get older, your muscles get stronger. This is one of the things that they don't necessarily say, but you do get stronger. I'm pretty certain that at 40, I'm at least 100 times stronger than I was at 20. Mm-hmm. Even though I might have looked stronger, doesn't mean that I was stronger. Come on, you better preach, woman of God. Old man strength. and what people don't understand is my ability to protect my wife is greater now. Here. As a young person, when you're young, you think young, you do young stuff. As a young man, you do young people stuff. But if you had an older man's mindset, this is where fathers come in. Fathers give young men older man mindsets so that they can flourish faster. If you found yourself not able to launch in your 20s, it's because your father failed you. Or you failed your father. You got to choose. If in your 30s, you're still doing the stuff that teenagers do, you failed your father or your father failed you.
Including fashion. Men, there's no way you should still dress like you're 16, 17, 18 at 25, 30.
At 40, you wearing skinny jeans and your booty out. At 40. Your booty is out, son. I mean, sir. I mean, older gentleman. How is your butt cheeks out and they jiggling as you walk? And you got tight underwears on with tight pants on and they're hugging your waist.
They're not even hugging your waist. They're hugging your legs.
They hugging your legs, but men have that's called their waist. It just looks different on a man.
No, because I'm talking about when they wear the pants
down. I know what you're talking about.
They're putting on the belt on their legs, on their thighs.
And how do you have a Gucci belt and nothing in your bank account, young man? How do you have a Louis belt and you don't have 5,000 in your bank account?
That's not just for the men, that's for the women too.
Look, older men think like older men. They don't use all of their finances to display their finances. We put our finances in places where our finances explode. If you're 26 right now, it could be your time. I was just talking to a young man. I got a prophecy from a younger gentleman, but he was more established. And what he said was this. He said, man, they're great, but it's just not their time yet. And this was maybe 15 years ago. And I thought about that as of recent because I'm mentoring a lot of young men right now. And I had to let this young man know that when that person said that, I thought about it and I said, But now that I'm older, I realize that it could have been my time. Any time can be your time as a young man. Let me speak to the men right now. Any time can be your time. The question is, are you prepared for your time? Are you ready for your time? You can be as talented as you want. Do you even know your talents? Have you found out who you are yet? What you do? Have you found out what you do to make a living? Any time can be your time. You can be successful at any point in time. Are you prepared for it? That's the question. Because those that are prepared for success are generally successful. Let me speak to the men. If you want success, you prepare for success. Even at a young age, you prepare for success. Don't think that those people that's playing basketball started out in college. They started out at 6 and 7 years old. I started out playing basketball myself at 6. I was playing football at an early age. You don't become successful or great unless you prepared yourself. Have you been preparing? As a young man, as an older man, are you preparing for the next season? But see, where there are no men, there's no future. Where there are no men, there's no vision. Where there are no men, there is no destiny. As a man of God, my job is to install destiny inside of other men, purpose inside of other men, purpose and even procedures and principles inside of other men. My job is to increase your systems so that you can be you can have prosperity now. Why would I gatekeep your prosperity? Why do I want more younger men struggling? What type of demon is that? What type of Saul is that? I'm doing this thing so that you can replicate me. Because there's too many young men that don't have a father figure, don't have a mentor, don't have someone that's willing to share about manhood and say, this is what men do right here. Doing this and doing all these little things, these frilly things you do, that's not what men do. Men don't talk with slurred S's.
A lisp.
Men don't do that. Men figure out their speech impediments. This is what men do. Men don't walk around with purses. Men don't wear makeup. Men don't color their nails. Men don't wear a whole lot of earrings and nose rings. Men don't do tattoos above their booties. Men don't do that. Men don't have belly rings.
You say,
This is what men are. So if you're a man, you should be telling another man this. If he's walking around with a sachet, men don't walk that way, sir. I'm gonna need you to walk with some power in your step. You walking with weakness right now. You're walking as if you are the weaker vessel. Are you really the weaker vessel? Is this what you really want? Do you want someone? Is this what you want? Now, there are some men that want to be the weaker vessel. The question is,
Are you talking about a gay man? Or are you talking about a straight man that's doing too much? Or both?
I'm so glad that you decided to mention that.
I got questions.
I'm pretty certain that the gay person that's listening to me is understanding what I'm saying. I'm pretty certain the trans person that's listening to me understands what I'm saying. I'm pretty certain that it applies to all men that are effeminate, that are female natured, or female presenting, or female in the background. Talking about some peg me today. Talking about getting these cheeks. Sending notifications
So
late at night to random other men and random other women. That's not what men do, and it won't inherit the kingdom of God. Men are supposed to be the strength of the nation. Men are supposed to be the wealth of a nation.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you a man and you always don't got no money? You always broke. That's not a man. And let me tell you this, if you're a man and you're being a silly willy with your money, yeah, I had to do that so that you could wake up like silly willy.
Spending money on weed.
If you spending, come on,
getting
let's
drunk,
to it.
Going to the club, throwing money on
The
naked
club,
women.
please don't do that anymore. The club.
Buy clothes you cannot afford. Trying to, who are you flaunting for? Because these folk don't have any real money. Because folks that don't have money all flock together, scamming,
Trying to get something on a dime bag.
buying pills.
Man, you got to cut it.
Trying to impress a woman that you cannot afford. Leave her alone.
Come
Because
on.
all she doing is paying her bills. Because
offer your little bit.
She's in the spirit of prostitution. So you messing with a prostitute.
Period.
If you have to afford her life, she's a prostitute.
If she's sprinkling, she's a prostitute. You can't build with a prostitute because she's always a taker. Takers don't build. Come on, men of God. Rebuke the taker. Refuse the taker. Give that taker that hand, that Jamie Foxx. Give her that.
Stiff arm.
Bow. Push her head to the ground. Tell her no, we're not doing this. No, not today. You're not gonna use up all my money talking about some. We gotta go to the $500 restaurant, and we're just meeting. No, we're not doing that. No, because it's stupid. And then you can't pay your bills because you went out on a date thinking you was gonna get some, like you're investing in some. That's what people that do that, you're investing in prostitution. High-ranking meals where there has been no investment previously, that's called prostitution.
And let me tell you something. If you cannot afford to take a woman on a date, it ain't your season.
Period.
Because some women don't need to change their standard because of what they've come from.
Preach. Like if you got $20 in your account,
it ain't your time.
It's just, I mean, just don't call her up, talk about somebody to take you to the steakhouse. The steak costs $60. You about to be up in there washing dishes or something? Or you gonna say, oh, babe, I forgot my wallet. Is that what you gonna do? You gonna do that one? And women of God, if he loses his wallet, how are you going to handle that, young man? How are you going to deal with that? I've never, ever, ever, in all, how many years? 20 years I've been married and 5 years dating her. So in 25 years, I've never went out without my wallet.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying.
And then when he came up, he'd say, this how he'll text me. Okay, so I set up dinner for Morton's. The world is yours, whatever you want. I want steak. I can't even eat shrimp, but I'm about to take some vinegar. I'm about to eat it. I've literally done this.
And, look, and I only let it happen maybe once or twice because look, I need to keep her around. Like I ain't trying to invest in no more heifers. Not a single extra, never another. I just don't want it. I don't want it. No. And let me say, let me look. So women of God, don't invest in prostitution.
Mm-mm.
Now, I'm not here to say, oh man, if you're a woman and you ask that man on that first date, and let's say you do pay, I'm not really tripping. The next date, though, he should have enough manhood on the inside of him to say, I got you. That's what men do. I'm not saying that you can't ask a young man out. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying because some of y'all be acting y'all in the grocery store y'all looking
But if he's man enough,
like
he
like
should say, "Hey, what's up?" Because if he's scared, then
but
I ain't got time for that.
but see that's the whole thing because women are so crazy. You can say hi and they'll start snapping out. They don't know if you decent or not. This is the society we live in. That's the reason why you haven't been asked out because we don't know if you're crazy. And we don't got time for you to call the police and Karen out and fall on the floor and say you got slapped and beat. And all we wanted to say was, and all we wanted to say is, hey, do you like these grapes? I would like to go out
It's
with
on
you.
camera.
But
If any woman turn up and act a fool, it's
but
on
but
camera.
see, that's the issue. The issue is a lot of times it's not on camera. A lot of men are getting put in jail for no good reason at all. A lot of men are being hit in the face. And there are people that have to say, I saw her smack him in the face in order for him to, but what if no one says anything? Off of I just thought she was cute and I just wanted to get her number. But she took it so far because she's so crazy. Instead of saying, you know what? Hey, sir, I'm married, or hey, sir, I'm not even really interested right now. Thank you for your time. But
So
women are
I
like,
need to know, why can't men read the signals properly?
we
Because there's a different look between the look and I'm just doing, like, I remember
all women look like smoldering hot.
no,
All women look like
that's perversion. So when I'm at the store, and I remember I was staring off into space, I wasn't even
come on.
into nothing. And a man comes up to me, telling me, "How you doing today? I noticed you, baby. I am full married. I'm thinking right now, standing here trying to figure out,
But
do
see,
I want to
your
buy this
thinking
or
face is
not?
gorgeous. So
That was
so
wrong.
is he to be penalized? And should you yell at?
I didn't yell
Okay,
at him.
as a woman, should you yell at him? Should you even
I
heighten
didn't
your
yell.
voice?
I didn't yell. My statement was, "Sir, thank you so much,
Notice how
but
she's
I'm
respectful.
so married, and I'm just standing here. I'm not even present. I'm in space thinking about if I should buy this or not."
Hold on, look, your mom was Christmas time shopping at Home Depot, and a guy walked up to her was like, want for Christmas is you. And and then he's a younger guy. This is an older woman. Her mom is an older woman. And he's hitting on her, talking about some, could I please get your number? All of that. Your mom doesn't make me feel like she was walking around with the come on over here and talk to me. Look,
Men have to learn
but
how to read the
no,
proper
men
signal.
don't have to learn. Women just have to be normal. That's
So
the whole
that's
thing because
sarcasm.
if you want us to chase you, don't act a fool. Don't act like we need to read between lines. Don't act like we need to have teleconnect. We are not going to read your brain. What we're going to see is a cute girl, and either we're going to ask or we're not.
Whereas
Now,
I feel like it's manly to go ahead and ask
it would be manly to
and
go
be
ahead and
prepared
ask.
for that rejection. If she like, you ain't my type, that's okay. Keep talking to females until you get to the one that's like, yeah, I'm feeling you too. But don't, and in the same token, don't go above your pay grade with talking to women.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. Now, Here's where we got to
Because
deal
you
with
know
some
what
stuff.
level you at, but you trying to talk to a certain, same thing with women. Deal with your pay grade. Don't be talking about,
But
I'm about to get this football player, but you
but you
decide
eating out of trash cans last week. Come on.
you decide to do a $10 an hour job. Like, come on, like that's not your pay grade.
And you know, here's a crazy thing about men and women. Men will go and deal with a Walmart worker. She fine and she's golden
I
and she
wouldn't.
knows how to treat. I wouldn't as a man, but there's tons of men that have good jobs and they go and they get that Walmart girl, that Taco Bell girl, right? That Arby's girl, or that girl that's walking down the street. Now, I don't deal with people that
If
walk
we
on the
in
streets at
high
all.
school and we
Uh,
change,
like if you don't got
then
no car, you
then
can't talk to me.
then if we in high school, okay, them kind of jobs high. But once you hit our big age, when we 40 and
40s, 30s, 20s,
don't waste my
or
time
let's
because
say
you're not
not
about to go
20s.
back into a struggling space because you can't get your life in order. And men need to think about that. You can't be it's the word for it when you when women marry all the way up. You got to think about what comes with that and what kind of life you're going to live when you deal with that. So I'd say marry in your pay grade, what you can deal with. You have to be supremely honest. Are you a lazy woman? Are you a lazy man?
This is terrible. This is terrible. She said, hey, look, man, you need to just understand you not really you know.
Thank you. And Kevin, I used to work at Dominic's when I was a teenager, and I would see like 50-year-olds, gray-headed folk working at Dominic's. I'm like, did you, when you was a kid, did you wake up and say, I want to live and work at Dominic's for the rest of my life? Like, is this you?
And so here's the thing. An ambitious woman should go after an ambitious man. Don't be an ambitious woman talking about well, he never has leadership and he never wants anything more for his life. Your fault. You were not smart. You were slow. You was on the small bus. He showed you who he was. You just wanted to have a piece of the D, and now you got it, but you don't have a piece of the destiny. You
A
got
piece
you
of the D.
you got a piece of the destination. And unfortunately, if you do this, you don't get to just get out of it because you want more out of life. He probably wants a bigger behind side, but he don't just get to divorce you because you got a small backside or a small front side or your face is a little weird. Like your eyeballs are all the way out here or something, or your nose is flat. Whatever, right? Like he doesn't get to just divorce you just because.
But again,
So you gotta choose properly.
I would say you got to choose properly, but what can you deal with and what can't you deal with? Now, I'm gonna say this: bodies change. This for the young folks. 40-year-olds, we already know this, all right? We trying to battle backwards right now, okay? But for the 20 and 30-year-old people, your body is gonna change, man. So you can't look and try to hold a woman to a certain standard. She gave birth to your big head children, and you talk about so you gained 5 pounds. I got a problem with
That's
that.
out.
You're
That's
being a little
out.
boy.
That's out. That's not being a man. You trying to divorce her because now she done gained some weight
Or cheat.
or come on, that's out.
We're not
Or
doing that.
because when you gain weight, come on. Now, as a man, if you gain weight, come on, you're not expecting her to treat you that way. As a woman, if you gain weight, you're not expecting your man to treat you that way. If you guys are married, you guys are going to gain weight and lose weight and gain weight and lose weight and all of that.
And that's what Apostle J said. After I had Josiah and popped back, he was like, now I was being self-critical. I'm like, I look different. I just pushed it. I woke up. I went to sleep one way and woke up another way. I thought I looked different. Like, when I snapped back, he was like, is this you after the baby? I'm asking for myself and the friends. I was looking like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, all the G's in my head was talking, and we was having a gangster congregation, and all the gangsters began to look at you and was like, she is different.
So, but I'm 40. Okay, we did the pandemic, and there were like three things going on. We got shut in, we watched TV, and we ate. And I can't say the other thing across here. Okay, those are the three things we was doing. Gained weight behind all this. It was like it was a bad cycle.
That just mean that third thing,
I wasn't burning enough calories.
we just neither one of us was burning enough calories.
so,
so here's the marriage tip number 18. Burn calories. do not have your single life as a married man. Do not have your single life as a married woman, because if you act single, you will eventually become single. And it's so funny because married women get married and then they act single and then they're mad when they become single. Versus dealing with what you have in front of you. Men act single, right? And they're married, and then they become single, and then they, man, man, my wife, oh my God, man, I miss her. I miss this. I miss being around her. I miss laying in the bed with her. Well, why didn't you do nothing with her? Why was you acting, like a girl? A girl don't want a girl. Be a man. Go get her. A girl don't want a girl. Talk about some, do you want some today, baby?
No.
No, she doesn't want any.
I don't.
He doesn't like you that way.
Girl, you cute. Well, we buds.
See what I'm saying? And so once you enter as a man into the locker room of a woman and you wear a bra, she's going to treat you like a bra wearer. I know this is tough work, but in the church, no one talks about anything. And that's the issue. The issue is no one's telling the men of God, bro, you wearing a bra, take it off. You wearing panties right now. Why would she respect you and you wearing frillies? You wearing a blouse right now, bro. How do you take off the blouse? I mean, when will you take it off? Because you're not going to get none while she's looking at you like an extra woman, like a business partner. Yeah, you feel like you're a business partner because you became a business partner. You became someone that all you do is go and put in work and bring the money home. You became that. You set that standard. You didn't stand up for your own sexuality. You started wearing a bra and you was like, hey, it's gonna be okay. And she was like, well, cool then. It's gonna be all right. Where there are no standards, there are no winners.
Well, I'll say this. Women, and this is still bad now. I'm gonna say it. But women can sometimes toggle with the whole I can keep going, and realize I ain't had none. Or I ain't did
nothing. That's called being asexual. And that's actually,
that's what I said, it's still bad. But I do recognize that is a part of the bad cycle. Because women will be like, well, now I'm at work.
But that's not normal.
Church.
But
and be like, it's been 2 months.
That's not normal.
It's not normal. I'm saying it's bad, but it does happen.
But it needs to become it's not normal. Because then when you look at the prostitute and she's always ready, she's looking like a $5 hot and ready pizza. Guess what? Guess what?
$5 hot ready pizza she'll make your stomach hurt.
But
an issue.
Here's the issue. The girl that hasn't given me none has made my life hurt.
Your life hurt. Explain.
My whole entire life is hurting now, right? So I might as well get the $5 pizza because she's reduced her value. She's lost all value because I married her, invested in her, paid for her life, did everything that I could do because I'm giving away my entire life and she's not giving back. She's not serving. So she's serving.
I need
sex is 100% serving.
Give it because I need
because men serve inside of sex as well, right? Now, if your man is great at sex and you got some and then you didn't need none for 3 months because he laid it on you so good and you just live off that memory, you messed up. You messed up. Let's deal with all the married women right now. You're messed up. You're living in a traumatic state where he traumatized you and broke you in, and now you broken, and now you trying to live for 3 months to fix what happened over those however 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 hours he broke you off. All right, he had the music playing, the candles going, and you got broke off, and you relived that emotion. However, that man relived that emotion for 1 week. You relived it for 3 months. After that week, your value decreased. A notch off, a notch off, a notch off. It's kind of like driving a car and you drove the gas all the way down to empty. And then you did you did it one more time. And then you had another 3 month spell because it was fire. Oh my God, I'm married. And then a whole nother. If you have sex 4 times out of the year, you are in a sexless marriage. If you have sex once a month, you are in a sexless marriage, which means, I mean, you're not in a marriage. You're actually in a partnership. There's a reason why you consummate a marriage on the marriage day.
With sex.
With sex, not with cake. I know I got to deal with some of the big backs. Y'all like eating cake and then you lay down and you go to sleep talking about some, ooh, we had cake and we had a whole chicken filled with mozzarella.
We had roast beef.
We had roast beef.
And fried chicken.
And let me say this, my wife was very, like, I was actually a little tired. My wife was actually very adamant about, oh, we gonna consummate this. She found a hotel and I and, and here's the deal. Men, you need a woman that is better than the prostitutes.
Mm-mm.
You can't have prostitution level as a wife.
Mm-mm.
Because if you're a wife and you're at the prostitution level where you're not at least hot and ready. I'm just saying you're not at least McDonald's level. You're not at least, I gotta say this stuff because here's the issue. The women are just
I wanna do this to help the men. In order to get to that space where she is hot and ready, you're gonna have to have some conversations that blow her mind through the day. And it don't have to be sexual. It's how you doing. I've been thinking about you. It's what you doing right now. It's here's another one. Men don't even know this one. How the kids doing today? When he asks about the kids, I'm like, oh, hey, husband. You know, because it's you're thinking about the people you made, okay? Well
and for me, that just means that she cares about the kids more than me.
No,
so,
I don't.
So
I'll just. I'm their mom, yes,
but what it means is I care about what she cares about. All right, I was.
Oh, here's another one.
Joke.
I just sent some money into your. You did what? So
the money's already in the account, baby.
Did you? What can I do with it? And if he say anything, I'll be like, anything. Oh, this is getting hot and ready. There are certain processes you can't be a lazy man through the day. I don't care how much work you have. If you're a lazy man throughout the day, you're gonna get those lazy responses at night. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And for those men that are already doing these type of things and you have a lazy woman, she's broken. It is what it is.
So you tighten up on the back end. You want your wife to melt in the palm of your hands?
Then
there's some things
you gotta be emotional
through the day. Through the day. Your sex life is dependent. It's actually codependent on what happens through the day.
And if you have a taker, she's going to take all that emotional, she's going to suck all that emotional stuff up that you're doing for her because men don't need to talk all through the day. I'm going to just tell you, all women need to know. Men don't need to talk. Men talk at least 79% less than women.
And you know I'm not a phone person, but
right?
we don't be on the phone all day.
We don't.
We might have a 3-minute conversation.
But that makes the world of a difference for her, right? For me, it's just the interruption of the day. It's, hey, I'm glad that we're talking, right? Again,
-5.
Again.
Y'all heard
like there's certain things
today, -5.
There's certain things that a man is going to value more than a woman. And there's certain things a woman is going to value more than a man. And so if you want to get out of the toxic cycle of not doing sexual relations, right? Then men of God, you actually have to be emotionally intelligent. That's called talking. That's called sharing. That's called oversharing. That's called being honest, integral. That's called all of that, right? That's what you have to do. That's a part of your sex life. That's a part of your marriage identity. If you are sterile, cold, and refusing to actually engage, she might be the same way.
Yeah.
So it just is what it is.
Yeah, I want to see cycles break. And so it can't be just the interruption of the day. You're going to have to invest something. Because if you don't invest something, then your sex life is going to lack. Because again, women are sexual, but it shows up in different ways.
Yeah, they're sexual and talk
And
reading things. I mean, let's keep it real. Women are going to buy a reading sexual book 100% faster than a man is going to buy one. A man is not going, he's going to buy a picture book that's sexual way before he reads it. I hope everyone's catching that.
Yeah.
I want everyone to understand that dynamic. And it should make even more sense now. So if you send a text message and she's reading these type of text messages, most women respond to communication. There's a reason why pimps have had jobs. Women aren't stupid. They have what they enjoy. Everyone catch that? There's a reason why prostitution works the way it works. Because men aren't stupid. They have what they enjoy. And I know it's unfortunate that I have to lower marriage to prostitution, to pimps and whoredoms.
No,
but the unfortunate thing is we have not risen the standards of our relational efforts. Everyone put in the comment section, I'm willing to raise the standard. Even if you are
what I like
single,
what
you have to
Jackie put the word investment, because what are you investing? You can't complain about the lackluster sex life if there's no investment. Because again, women are not going to capitulate to the husband sexually and serve him sexually if there's not a some kind of investment that's happening that's equitable to that level of service. Because on the flip side, here goes the prostitution. They'll be glad to do whatever, right? But the wife will be sitting there like there's no investment. So if you're gonna do something, just get it over with and get away from me. You don't want that. You don't want that. And men don't want that because that's rejectory sex. So what are you?
or
You have
sympathy
to
sex.
you have to mind what you're doing. You have to mind what you're doing. And then here's another word. You also have to mind what you're doing sexually, man. Because if you're masturbating, if you're watching pornography, if you looking at, I don't know, Playboy, if you outside with your wife and every female she catching you looking at them, you haven't killed your flesh. Um uh if you've cheated, all of these things are damaging to your sex life.
Period. And so you'll receive no clam chowder. You'll receive no service if you're serving illegally. Everyone catch that? If you're serving illegally, you'll receive no service. If you serve broken, you'll receive broken standard service. It's kind of like going to a restaurant and waiting 3 hours to get your food or 4 hours to get your food. How many of y'all ever went to a restaurant and your patience was just torn off because the server was serving too many other people? Oh, that's so good. That is such a good analogy. How many times have you been to the restaurant and the server was serving 80 other people and you didn't get your food for like 5 hours? You were sitting there hungry, ready to eat, but you couldn't get your food because they were everywhere else. Their mind was everywhere else. So, men of God, this is not even what we were going to deal with, but here's something that I would tell every man under the sound of my voice. As a leader and a protector, your job is to show protection even from the sexual standpoint, even from the emotional standpoint, even from the mental standpoint. What men are never taught is how to protect what's theirs. They're only taught how to catch things. That's it. So that's part of the reason why a lot of women are disgruntled, because they've been caught, but they've never been served. They've never been protected, right? And women's desires are to be protected. A whole lot of women they like, hey man, you done caught me now, keep me, right? And so how do you deal with women? Number one, you don't make other women equal to her. You don't. I don't know another woman that wants to be like, hey, Carrie, you look exactly like. Women don't like that. That's called not protecting. And it don't matter if she fine as what, because a woman's going to think, well, if she's fine of you, but she don't really look like me, because a woman never thinks she looks like any other woman. I mean, I want all the men to hear me and all the women to hear me too. There's no women that think that they look exactly like this woman here. Most women think they look better than the woman that you think you're comparing them to. Yeah, yeah. There's not many women that's like, well, I want to be a cute number two to this picture that he thinks is comparison. And if you compare someone that looks like a dog to your wife or your girl, like see, that's the whole thing.
Oh, she's ugly. What are you talking about?
And see, women may think that that person is extra ugly, and you think that that person's fine. What you did was you broke a 10 commandment. See, I want to teach the men how to be men. Because men, if you don't learn how to be men from another man, you're gonna ruin a lot of relationships by saying stupid stuff and doing stupid stuff. Like, for example, you go date two women at the same time. It don't work. It don't work. Never date two women at the same time. Never try to be exclusive with 2, 3, and 4 women, because you're not being exclusive. That's called lying, son.
It's called inclusivity.
Even if you think that you're in an open relationship, there's never an open relationship. Someone always gets jealous. God is a jealous God. Do not break any commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Men, do not compare your wife to the next door neighbor's wife. That's called covetousness. These are the 10 commandments. If you wanna protect your wife, don't be talking about how good your work wife cooks. Don't have a work wife. Don't have a next door neighbor that compares to your wife. Don't do that.
Because I'm like my father God. I am a jealous goddess. You shall put no other gods and goddesses before me. So there you have it.
See what I'm saying? Hold on, she put in the comments witchcraft.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. so and look, all the women are going to agree with this, because I've learned how to protect my wife. I've learned how to cover. I've learned how to look. I've learned how to see what's necessary and what's not necessary. I've learned to trim the fat. Protect your eyes from stupidity. Men, protect your eyes from stupidity. What do I mean is stupid? Number one, don't deal with other men's business. That's called stupidity. If you're a jealous man, you're probably stupid. Stay out of other men's issues. Stay out of other men's positions. Stay out of other men's propositions. Mind the business. That's your business. It might not even pay you that much, but you better mind it. Yeah. As an older man, as a young man, these are the things that I wish another man would have told me. Like, hey, man, listen, let me teach you about these women right now. Not how to catch them, because that's it. That's easy. Asking someone out on a date is easy. Being winsome is easy. That's the easiest part. The hardest part is keeping your woman. 70% of marriages are divorced because women divorce their men, not men divorcing their women. Come on, tell me I'm lying. It's the truth out here. This is what it is because they're not being kept properly. They got to battle with insecurities because you make them insecure. You up to 4 o'clock in the morning, smashing yourself, beating your own
drums,
destroying your own ball bearings. And then when she finally says, well, I think I might want to, I mean, you don't even really got no vigor to deal with her. You shrimp man because you've given your strong man to a strange woman. Now your maker stick is a little shorter. It's a little smaller. The girth ain't right. You looking at yourself like, man, it don't really work out because you were so vigorous for 5 hours each day, trailblazing a trail, taking the skin off yourself.
That sounds like abuse.
It is abuse. That is what masturbation is. It's abuse.
Yeah, the word actually means self-mutilation. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, 5 hours is a norm for some men.
It's wasting time. This time building something,
but you can't.
Making some money.
And see, here's the thing: when they don't see anything worth building, they masturbate. Mm-hmm. Can we talk right now? When they don't see a woman worth dealing with, they masturbate. When they feel like the woman that they're with is not with them, they masturbate. When they feel like the woman or themselves, they got a woman hurt, they masturbate. When they feel like their value is low, they masturbate. When they feel like they can't create value, when they feel inept, they masturbate. This is, I can keep going.
Self-abuse.
Self-abuse is when a father did not share with his son his true value. When a mom made the son into a woman, he's going to masturbate because he's going to continue trying to find himself with an orgasm. Orgasms don't help you find out who you are. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Orgasms do not help you find out who you are. They only help you to figure out where you are.
Do they? Because they take you out your environment for about 30 seconds.
You like that, don't you?
Listen, I'm back in my room.
and now you back. And your legs is wiggling. Or your legs don't work. Men come out the bed, they fall over because you done wrecked their life. I'm praying that the women of God here are the type of women that's gonna wreck lives for years and years to come. That's what I'm praying for. I'm praying that the Lord would bless Kingdom at Hand with tons of great women that turn into wives that wreck lives. Just wrecking that dude, just destroying them. I'm just praying that. I'm praying that the women don't turn into little ugly dolls. You turn into holiness, and without which you can't see the Lord because you don't. I'm
holy because holiness has to do with relationships. It says, "Follow peace with all brethren, because holiness without which no man shall see God." So here's the key: if you're asexual inside of a marriage, you're not operating in optimum holiness. You're actually in sin.
You're in sin if you're in marriage.
It's your spouse and yourself. Because remember, sexual sins are sins against your own body.
Yeah. So
it doesn't matter what trauma. It doesn't matter what your spouse did.
Come on. And this goes for the men as well, because men will become sexless as well. Men will start cutting you off as well, especially if you got a nasty mouth. Women, if you got a nasty mouth, if that man doesn't want to give you any. You have a bad personality if that man said nope. If he says, I prefer to masturbate versus deal with you.
That's that to say that out loud is kind of
Oh, it's rough.
masturbate.
But there's tons of men that would rather masturbate than deal with women. But the women never ask why. Why would he rather get this $5 meal? And here's the issue. Women, don't overrate yourself.
Excuse me.
Here's the issue, men. Men, there's tons of women that would rather masturbate than be with you. Men, don't overrate yourself.
Bob.
Don't do that. There's tons of women out here buying roses and all types of things to support themselves because you just not a good man. She like, I don't want HIV or AIDS because I'm dealing with him. I don't want to deal with a man that beats on me, a man that talks down to me, that makes me feel like less than. I don't want to be with a man that can't protect me from his own eyeballs. I don't want to be with a man that eats so much he won't even save me a plate. I don't want to be with a selfish, self-centered man. I'd rather just go ahead and be to myself, light a candle next to my lamp, to my thing, knock it off, and look over to him while he snores and be like, good job, stay over there. Like there's tons of women that would rather be like, instead of his 3 pumps, let me just go ahead and play the guitar for about 30 minutes, have a self-fulfilled life, and move on. We don't need his 3 pumps a day.
Because they don't keep the doctor away.
With that,
Because it is. Come on, man. Come on, man.
But here's the deal. You only build relationships by building relationships. But here's the deal. As a man, you build with your lips, you build with your actions, you build with your heart, you build with your mind, you build with your integrity, you build with your character. That's what men do. As a woman, you build with your mind, you build with your lips, you build with your body, you build with your character, you build with your intent, your attention to detail. These are the things that as a man becoming a husband, this is how you need to move.
But I wanted to say this because no DJing in marriage. Married people are just as tempted to masturbate as single folks. Let's be real. Yeah. Because the sin is still present because it's still flesh. And now you're in a marriage that you should be getting gratified and not sinning against each other sexually, but some spouses sin against each other. And for multiple reasons. Look, I'm a marriage counselor. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see where in the body of Christ it's lacking for trauma. It's lacking for your spouse is outside, bald headed and free. Your spouse put on their best lace front and got out there and decide they want to become the next pimp. Okay. We for different reasons. But the truth is, God still said the marriage bed is pure and undefiled. You can't negate that. And that's the only thing he called honorable in the entire word is marriage. So if he made your marriage bed honorable, how are you sexless?
It's because you chose to do the dishonorable thing. And then you chose to be petty. You was like, well, I think that person is dishonorable, so I'm going to be dishonorable.
And here's what, there's going to be warfare because I'm going to speak to the marrieds that battle with adultery. There is going to be warfare in the marriage bed. Your sex life is warfare. This is to everybody that's married. Your sex life is a stature of war and it is a stature of worship. It is a dual reality when you actually come together and have sex when you're married. You're able to operate in spiritual warfare and force stuff out of your house, and you're able to worship stuff into your house through your sex life. It's very, very powerful. And a lot of preachers and teachers don't teach this. And some of them don't even know. They having sex with abandon and without abandon because they don't know the power that's in their marriage bed. But I'm going to tell you, okay? I just told you. But if your spouse stepped out the house and they decide to go tipping around to give somebody a taste of their wine, you're going to have to do the warfare together to win your marriage bed back. Because whether they have seen the other person or not, the image of your spouse with somebody else, and remember, you're one. So you can see the image through your spouse's eyes, through your spirit. So you're going to get attacked by those images of someone being with your spouse. Y'all follow me right now? So you'll see it. If you follow me, put a 1 in the comment section. You'll see it. It's very present. You've been outside on me, and now
you've been cheating.
It's time for you to come together, and you can see it in the spirit of your mind. Your spouse making love to somebody else, your spouse tossing somebody else around, your spouse is in it with somebody else. You can see it. You know what they've done to that person. You know what that person done to your spouse, because you have the spirit of God that ties you and made you one, that now they have brought another person in and they're one. So all of y'all are one together. And so you get to see it in the spirit of your mind, what they've done sexually. And so now the spouse that ain't do nothing is traumatized. You're going to have to learn how to war for your marriage bed. You're going to have to, even while you're having sex, begin to curse the works of Satan. Now, I pulled that image down. That's not for me. Yeah, they saw it. They did it. They saw it. They were there, because you see it because they're one with that. They were there. That was their experience. You're able to see their experience. That's what's happening. It's a prophetic moment. You're able to see
Come on.
what they're doing. But you have to war against that.
Come on.
You have to war against that. And so you might have to stomach some pain for some years. You might feel like you're going to retch while you with your spouse. Keep going. Win. Get to the end goal. Win
your marriage bed back, because there's obviously some reasons why you lost your marriage bed. There's obviously some things that made you lose over time. Win your marriage bed back.
But that's if you want to stay with them.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to stay with them, don't have sex with them.
Leave it alone. Walk away. Walk away. End that. Because at the end of the day, if you can't forgive that person does not deserve your condemnation. That person does not deserve your punishment. You don't deserve to put out punishment for someone else. That's not what you deserve. Like, I know you feel like you deserve, you're owed something, but this is a grown-up. You don't deserve to give whoopings out.
And God is going to do it. The Bible says adulterers and fornicators, God will judge. God is going to do it. So you bleed that vintage to him. That's not your space. Get out of a sovereign space.
Come on. You can't judge what ultimately God judges. So listen, I think that today has been a phenomenal preached word. Plain and simple, it is already 2:26, and I didn't even look at the thing. It just kind of flew so fast. We'll go ahead and I'll get into some more stuff with men coming on the next week, and it should be phenomenal. We'll talk about a couple other things. Maybe I will. Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that because I got a couple things. We'll talk about leadership protection. We'll talk about a bunch of other things as we did today. But those of you, if you grew on today, if you felt God touch the area inside of your life, if you felt like God spoke to you today, go ahead, put in the comment section, God spoke. Put in the comment section, God spoke to me. I think today was a strong message dealing with alienation, dealing with humiliation, dealing with respect, self-respect, God's love, his sovereignty, dealt with every level of responsibility. And we're going to continue dealing with some more levels of responsibility as it concerns men. And I believe that the women of God are being served as I deal with the men. I just personally believe that this is a message that will upgrade the entire church. Our whole church is being upgraded because of what God is doing inside of this space, inside of leadership. I give glory to the Lord. I give glory to the Lord. This is a phenomenal word. And for those of you that believe in God, you will grow. You will take this word and grow. You will not be offended. You will not be trying to figure out a way to get around it. You'll just do what the word says. It is simply that simple. All right. You'll do what is honorable before the Lord. You'll do those honorable things and you won't have an issue. You won't be huffing and puffing about it because there's nothing to huff and puff about. If you're inside of a broken marriage, there's nothing to huff and puff about. if you're inside of a good marriage and these tools are helping you, look, use them. If you're single and you looking like, oh man, this is where I went wrong in that relationship, just fix it. Fix it. Because God is watching you. God is with you. God wants to let you know that he's partnering with you in your success into the future. Many of you all success is predicated on you having a great spouse. Period. And I'm talking to those that are single and I'm talking to those that are married. Much of your success will be predicated on you having a great spouse. You need to begin praying for a great spouse. Many of you need to pray for a great spouse. If you are married, you need to pray for a great spouse. You need to pray that woman of God, that man of God let them become great. Show them the greatness that's on the inside of them. You need to begin to be their best intercessor. You have to pray like you've never prayed before. This is a new realm of supernatural power.
And the funny thing, so Roberto said we both were broken going and I acknowledge we both were too.
Yeah.
And our traumas were traumatizing each other.
Toxic to toxic.
And
we were good Christian people.
But when it got bad, or when the arguments got bad, they got bad. And so again, I used to be an exit person. Now I'm like, I'm just gonna say what I got to say. I'm gonna be assertive. I'm gonna stand there and that's it. I don't try to put a stop me. I gotta run. I gotta run away. I gotta get out.
Yeah, throwing a rock and hiding her hand and all that stuff. Because I just couldn't trust her.
For me, it wasn't even throwing my rock and hiding my hand. Archbishop Isaac, it was an escape mechanism, an avoidance. You don't want to be in a confrontation. And some people think that confrontation shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have an argument. No, you're
supposed to have arguments. You're supposed to have confrontation. It's called emotional intelligence. It's called marriage. It's called being inside of a relationship. You're supposed to have differences in opinion.
You can't be fearful of that. And I used to get fearful of it. Like,
me too.
If this happens and everything's going to fall apart and blow up.
And I used to be afraid that she was going to leave me. And everything that I was afraid of would happen every single time.
I had this white truck. I just hop in that white truck and like speed up, like, and that is so unhealthy. And if y'all are escape artists, stay in your house and fight for your house.
Yeah, stop running away. Stop trying to get a work husband or a work wife. Trying to supplement what should be the standard.
You sit there and you communicate. And you give each other the appropriate response. And you wrestle with that thing. I used to also think like, I don't have nothing else to say. And so I'm out of things. I'm just tired. I don't want to talk no more.
She did used to do that. I used to be
it's like so I'm looking like,
because it'd be like,
and
you started all this and then you're done.
The weight of it, like the tired of it. And Archbishop said, no, you got to sit there. You got to wrestle with yourself and break past that tired and get to the response. And so I literally had to learn how to be assertive. I was 30 years old when I learned how to be assertive. That is wild work to me. But at this point, at 40, I'm gonna stand there. I'm gonna say what I had to say, and that's it.
And we gonna deal with it because you can't deal with something you run from.
Yeah, we both still here.
Or something you have a lowered respect for. You just can't do it. You can't deal with it.
Yeah. So. And this is coming from, we're in this game now almost 20 years this year. Yeah. So it's definitely possible to get healed, get delivered, and both spouses grow and recover and develop and leave room for each other to grow and develop at your own rate. You know what I'm saying? Accept each other where you're at.
That's so big. People don't know how to leave room. People don't know how to say what they need to say, but don't overdo it. You do not have to crush your man because you need to be right. You don't have to crush your wife or your woman because you need to be right.
Or because you're hurt.
Or because you hurt.
Nobody
because you hurt don't mean you abuse them. They need to feel how you feel. No, they don't. Again, they don't deserve that and you don't deserve to give it because you're not perfect. You don't deserve to be self-righteous and prideful. Your ego does not deserve to be served here, sir and ma'am.
Nope. Jesus is served.
Come on, you don't do that. That's not how you do it. That's not how you move.
And in every facet, Jesus is served here. Either he's served through your behavior, you're serving up Jesus, or you're serving him through literally servitude through your actions. But it's not going to be that you get to do something and demonstrate an ungodly behavior because you're married and because you can. No. And I had to learn all of that, how to properly express my frustration, my anger without, I don't have to yell about it. I don't have to get sarcastic.
Come on.
Being sarcastic, operating sarcasm is sin nature because you're being passive aggressive. That means you're lying somewhere.
You're lying to them.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't have nothing to lie about. I'm not afraid to tell the truth. Let's talk about it. Yeah, you mad? I'm mad. Now what?
Uh-huh.
We just two big bad 40-year-old mad people. Moving on. Moving on. And it demonstrates to our teenage kids healthy conflict.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to have that argument, but don't be the type of people that have an argument, but y'all going into an abusive space. Like you're having an argument, deal with the argument. Don't start talking about other people's mamas and their grandparents. Don't start saying that people's genitalia is too small in front of the kids. Don't start talking about how she's so ugly and you would have never chose her as a wife in front of the kids. Don't do that. Don't make that other person small while you argue. You argue equal. Because when you argue and you bring negativity into the argument, you're actually in sin and you're missing the entire mark. The goal is when you're in argument for you both to grow up together. That's what the goal is. But if you cut off your friend's legs while you're both in war, you failed your test. I hope everyone catches that. If you cut off your friend's legs while you're both in war, you will fail your test because you're going to need that person, period.
And you don't have to you don't have to cut anyone off, cut them down to create any. So fam, learn from me. We didn't did it toxic. We didn't did it and got out of toxic. We ain't got out of dysfunction. We almost 20 years in this thing here and still going.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're gonna keep going till we both croak it. So all right, 2:36, everyone, let's go ahead and let's quickly get our giving situation going. I want everyone to go ahead and sow even on today's word. We're sowing towards relationships and not survival, but we're sowing to thrive. We're sowing into thriving. So I know that some of you all are looking for relationships. You're looking to grow inside of that space. You're looking for your future husband. You're looking for your future wife. All of those type of things. We're sowing into thriving with the right person. We're sowing into thriving, period. Prosperity, period. Wealth, period. Right? That's where we're sowing. We're planting a seed to do these things. And we know that when we plant seeds, righteous seeds, God, he makes all our seeds bloom and brings everything into what is supposed to be flourishing. And so let's continue to sow well. Let's share how we're supposed to share. Sharing the wealth of the Lord is what we're supposed to do. Many of you all, I want you all, if you have not been sowing your 10%, your tithe and your offerings, I want you to start today. Today is a great day to start. Don't do all that funny business and start putting all these things in front of God. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just sow right, give right, do the right thing. God is going to open up doors for you.